All right. Well, I got the record right here.
Oh, cool.
Gaucho, 1980. We're sticking in 1980, folks. And if as you can see, I got this record for $1. See, and nowadays you can't get Steely Dan records for $1. That was back in high school when demand was low, I guess, for those records. But anyway, yeah, this is my favorite Steely Dan album. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I know everyone kind of likes like a bunch of other different ones, but um and people kind of say this one might be like overproduced, but I think that's the good thing about this album. It was like at the time like the most expensive like album to make. Walter Becker and Donald Fagen just like slaved over this thing. They had like so many different musicians play on this thing from New York and LA, and just jazz musicians just coming and going and trying new things, and just perfectionist shit. So, and you can hear it on the album, I think. And I think it's just a perfect album, really. um it's like jazz, it's classic Steely Dan. It's like a jazz rock album. Lyrically it's about the gentleman loser down on his luck, addicted to drugs. It's just like really funny, witty lyrics throughout all Steely Dan. And yeah, I think it definitely like fits the time too, in terms of like 1980. You can tell like this was like one of the first, I don't know if it was one of the first uses of drum machine, but I know they paid like a ton of money, like $200,000 just to get this drum machine or
Oh
something.
my God.
So their budget was outrageous. So they got this like drum machine, and they had like drummers play with the drum machine on this. And yeah, so you can kind of hear it in the production. It's a little bit more disco-y, um influence, like Time Out of Mind and Hey 19. Time Out of Mind, who plays on that? Mark Knopfler
Really?
plays guitar on Time Out of Mind. They
Wow.
actually really like the Dire Straits, and they got him to play on that, and he kills it. And yeah,
That makes so much sense.
I don't know what else I can really say, except I think it's good. I know a lot of people say it's a little overproduced, and I get it, but and I that's usually something that I wouldn't like, but I guess I like it on this album. So
Well, it fits. The overproduction kind of fits like their whole MO of just being perfectionists and like being, you know,
mhm.
Steely Dan and like getting the best and
Yeah,
being
only the
perfect.
best of the best.
Yeah, I love this album. This album is so good. I have only listened to this through, I think, maybe once or twice. I listened to these songs a lot, but like, so it was really fun to go back on this one. Yeah, definitely like what you said. I noticed it did feel a lot more disco-y going through, which I'm sure like rock and roll fans in 1980 hated. So that might be part of it.
Mhm.
Um, but I really liked it. There's a lot of like space on this album, which I kind of I noticed while listening to it, and I'd have to go back and listen more Steely Dan to see if that's something that's more that they do a lot. It's something I haven't really noticed before. But there's a lot of just like space where they kind of just left the beat to just kind of ride. And it makes for just that. It really adds to that like relaxed kind of groove, um, but at the same time while keeping like the song going and keeping the intensity going. So I noticed that a ton. Like you hear that a ton in Time Out of Mind,
Babylon Sisters too, for
Babylon
sure.
Sisters. Yeah, just a lot of space just to kind of just let the beat ride, which is great, which I loved. I really liked My Rival on this listen around. That song really stuck out to me. Obviously, I love Time Out of Mind, Hit 19. You know, all these songs are so good. And then, yeah, such a cool fun fact about Mark Knopfler on Time Out
Yeah.
of Mind. That makes so much sense. Like I'm hearing it and like it
I
totally
couldn't
makes
wait
so
to
much
tell
sense.
that fact. I was really,
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
my
like, I
God.
hope I'm next, for that reason. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was I didn't realize that, how expensive it was at the time, but correct me if I'm wrong. Steely Dan was not a touring band at this point. Is that right?
Yeah, they weren't a touring band. Yeah, this is their last album and their like classic run, you know.
It really
Um,
shows because this would
yeah,
not work. This would not work live. There's so many moving parts, so many musicians, so many very talented musicians just playing, incredible piano solos, saxophone solos. Um, and yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. I think disco was on its way out in the 80s, but this one really lived into it. Especially I think my favorite song on the record was Glamour Profession. And I don't know if y'all have ever heard of city pop. It was
yeah.
like in the
Oh yeah.
early 80s, like Japanese sort of like disco-y jazz pop music.
Oh yeah.
And it definitely had that vibe to me. Um, I don't know. I thought this was great. I think I gotta branch out. I've listened to Asia so many times and nothing else. So I gotta
Yeah.
listen to Steely Dan, man.
Well, this one is like the next level of Asia, and it's
Mhm.
like that one's very, jazz, and this one still has the jazz, but it's a little disco-ier, but a little more poppier. But yeah, and yeah, it's funny. Glamour Profession was actually the first song that I think I got into with Steely Dan. And it's a very different one. It's because that one really has the drum machine going. It's just like a club song, it sounds like. So yeah. Oh, one more thing. The last song on the album, Third World Man. So that song was originally going to be this song called The Second Arrangement, which I guess, and it was like an amazing song. They all like thought it was gonna be like the big hit on the album, but some guy, I guess recording engineer or something in there, he like accidentally deleted or like lost the tape or something that they wanted, and they tried to like record the song again, and they just didn't couldn't do it because they didn't like the way it sounded again, so they just didn't do the song. And if you look online, there's some like demos of it and like the way it sounds, and the song is so good. It's like, how did this song not make this album? It's like one of the best Steely Dan songs. So, and like the demos are just as good. Like I would have taken the demo instead of Third World Man. And I like Third World Man, but I think it would have just really rounded out the album as just like certified masterpiece. So go check it out. I'm gonna give it a 10. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite albums. So there you go.
I have a friend who says that Gaucho is Steely Dan's only good album. So
I don't know if
take
I
that
agree
as
with
you
that
will.
one.
That's interesting because when I talked to George about it, George always is like he does not like Gaucho. He likes all the other ones. He's like, it's just overproduced mess. And I'm like, all right. I love it. Thanks for watching that video. If you want to watch more of us talk about music, check us out. We got a lot of awesome videos for you to listen to. And like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And let us know what you thought of this video down in the comments below. We're always chatting with people who have an opinion, and we love it. So, see ya.